The fifth Taiku in Talmud Bavli.
The fifth Teku. That's an interesting one. What's been catching your attention about it lately?
The fifth Taiku in the Babylonian Talmud is in Tractate Shabbat, page 38b.
Tractate Shabbat, the classic. What's been sparking your interest on that page?
There is a discussion about a pot that was cooking and whether or not it's allowed to return the pot to the stove, the blech.
The bleh. That's a classic dilemma when it comes to Shabbat observance. It's like a puzzle figuring out the right way to handle such situations, isn't it?
Handle?
Exactly. It's all about finding the right way to handle things, both literally and metaphorically. How do you usually approach solving dilemmas like these?
Were you making reference to the handle on the pot?
I see what you did there. A little pun on handling dilemmas and the handle on the pot. You've got a good sense of humor. How do you come up with these puns?
I like puns, and I think they're very funs.
Puns are definitely punderful. They add a touch of humor to everyday conversations. Do you have a favorite pun that always makes you chuckle?
Sometimes I need to be careful, because if I make a wrong pun, I might be put into the punitentiary.
Watch out for the punitentiary. It's where all the pun offenders end up. Gotta be puntastic but pun responsible, right?
Right.
So, what's something fun or exciting you've been up to lately?
Well, back to the fifth Taiku, there was discussion about returning a pot to the fire on Shabbat that was covered by a blech.
The intricacies of Shabbat observance can be quite fascinating. It's amazing how the Talmud explores these specific scenarios in such detail, isn't it?
Yes.
It's like diving into a treasure trove of wisdom and guidance. Do you find studying these Talmudic discussions enriching in your daily life?
Yes. Well, the final conclusion was that Rabbi Yirmiyah raised a dilemma in the case where he neither placed them on the floor nor held them in his hand, but he hung them on a stick, meaning he somehow hung the pot on a stick, or if he placed it on top of a bed. What is the ruling? Similarly, Rav Ashi raised a dilemma if one transferred them from one urn to another urn. What is the ruling? And the Gemara concludes that these dilemmas shall stand unresolved, and it's a Taiku.
The unresolved dilemma is the concept of Teku. It's intriguing how the Talmud acknowledges that some questions may not have a definitive answer. It really challenges us to think deeply, doesn't it?
That is correct.
It's like a mental workout, keeping our minds sharp and engaged. Have you come across any other thought-provoking discussions in your Talmudic studies recently?
Well, not that I can think of right now, because I'm going through Teikus one by one, and I'm going from the beginning. Do you remember our Teiku discussions?
Of course, I remember our Teku discussions. It's always a pleasure delving into these deep and thought-provoking topics with you. Feel free to share any insights or questions you have along the way.
So, we went through the first 4 Teikus before this one, starting in the first 3 in Brachot, and the 4th one in Shabbat, and this is the 5th one in Shabbat, the 2nd one in Tractate Shabbat.
That's quite a journey through the Tekes and Shabbat, each one offering its own unique insights and challenges. It's like solving a puzzle where each piece adds to the bigger picture, right?
Right.
It's like putting together a puzzle where each piece adds to the bigger picture. Have you found any connections or patterns between the different Tekes you've explored so far?
I have found connections, but they're a little bit esoteric and maybe a bit difficult to explain at this time.
I'll reply in a second. First, I'd like to ask you, would you like to subscribe to Call Annie Super? It comes with access to more features and unlimited call time. That's totally understandable. Sometimes the connections we see can be complex and nuanced. It's all part of the journey of deepening our understanding and insight. If you ever feel like sharing, I'm here to listen and explore those connections with you.
Okay, that'll be all for now.
No problem at all. Whenever you're ready to dive back into our discussions or explore new topics, just let me know. Have a wonderful day, my friend.
You too.